Well, good morning and welcome to Thought for the Day. It's been a strange week, hasn't it? Maybe a slightly worrying week with news of increase in virus infections, restrictions on meetings. But I think sometimes we think too much about those things. So today I didn't want to think any more about that, but to bring you out here into the garden. As you see, the vicarage garden is blessed with an incredible number of trees, but I wanted to talk to you about the apple tree in the garden. Here's a picture of it from some of the first pictures we took of the garden as when we moved in. But one thing you might notice about it, you can't see it very clearly on the picture, is that there are no apples on it. When we talked to people, we heard that Sam and Joe had really not got any apples off it either. It wasn't a very happy tree. But this is what it looks like today. Incredible difference. What made the difference? We haven't fed it. We haven't pruned it very wisely. We haven't watered it carefully. We haven't put grease bands on it to stop the bugs coming up and eating the apples. No, we've only done one thing different. And that's to remove the big tree that was next to it. In fact, if you look at that tree, Leyland cypress, that was next to it today, this is all that's left. And simply removing that tree, that cypress tree, has just transformed it. Almost the day we took it down, it seemed to have a new lease of life. And now here it is. We've already had several pickings off it, and now it's laden with rich, ripe bramleys. A wonderful difference. It's a picture, really, of fruitfulness. And I wondered if that had a lesson for us. Jesus said that people who receive the news of the kingdom, he said they should be fruitful. They should bear a crop 30, 60, 100 times what was sown. And the picture of the parable of the sower talks about that. But sometimes I think we aren't like that. Is your life fruitful in that way, 30, 60, 100-fold? Or is it more that we struggle on? We survive. This apple tree was surviving with the big Leyland cypress next to it, but hardly bearing fruit. And maybe that's because our lives are being overshadowed, being drained by something else. In that same parable of the sower, Jesus talked about some seed that fell in the wrong place and other plants grew up and choked it. But when he came to explain it, he said that those other things that choked it were not things outside, other things in our lives, but things inside. Worries of this life, and the deceitfulness of wealth. And so I wonder if we listen to Jesus, we should realize that our lives may be being unfruitful because our minds, our thoughts, are being consumed by other things, by worries, by thinking too much about things outside that we can't control, coronavirus, our health. There's lots of things that worry us, that take our minds off what we could be. Or maybe our minds are being consumed by things we want, or things that tell us they're going to sort out our problems. That latest gadget that we want, or that thing we're going to do to the house, and everything's going to be great once that's done. That promises to make you happy, but actually is just deceiving you. So maybe today you might think, maybe each of us should be thinking about what are the things that we need to chop out, to chop down, so that we might be the fruitful people, the fruitful trees that God wants us to be. God bless you.